Hey, what's up everyone? It's Ryan from Tactic here, and welcome to our new channel, Story Tactic. Now this is a space for marketers, for brands and creators alike, and though I don't foresee making a lot of personal films on this channel, for this first one, I'm pulling all my old archive photos and video from my iPhone, and I want to share with you a special story titled Chasing Shadows, Shooting Stars, and Building Moments. Now, what the heck does that even mean? It's actually pretty straightforward. You're just gonna have to watch to find out. Oh, wait. I have a special surprise for you at the end, so make sure to stick around for your free gift. Okay, let's get into it. Back in 2017, I was going through a really rough time in my life. And being a dad, a newly single dad, I found myself not really working hard to make great memories. I was letting life pass me by, and I was missing out on really important moments between me and my two sons, Jack and Jet. I had made a decision that I was going to be more intentional with creating memories with my sons. Bye, guys. During that time, an opportunity presented itself in that of the 2017 total solar eclipse that was passing through the United States and visible in certain parts of the country, not in Indiana. And I have a passion for astrophysics and astrophotography. And I thought, hey, this is an opportunity to pass on that knowledge and that passion to my boys and let them experience some of that stuff. So I forced myself to get out of my head and create a lasting memory for our family. So we loaded up the car and made the trip down to Western Kentucky. We said, okay, we're just gonna camp out under the stars and position ourselves in the path of totality. Just me and my boys just waiting for that next day to come where we were going to get to experience this once in a lifetime opportunity.
Oh, it's total. Take off your glasses.
And it was such a unique experience to be out in the middle of nature and experience such a awe-inspiring moment in time. And we created a lasting memory with very little equipment to properly take photos of a solar eclipse, but we had no idea there would be another opportunity in 2024.
All right, here is the wide view, path of totality coming up through Mexico.
If you ponder what's taking place in the heavens, it's gargantuan.
Totality is coming to Indiana, but will we be able to see it with clouds?
Although this time, we didn't have to even leave our house or our city to experience the eclipse. I kind of felt like it wouldn't make as memorable of a moment for us. A good story needs conflict and something to overcome. And instead of setting up in our own backyard, we decided to hit the road once again. We wanted to go out to Hocking Hills, Ohio. And we drove hours out of the way of the path of the eclipse. And there we found a primitive cabin that we went and stayed in for a few days. And during that time, we went hiking. They had an amazing time through the different caverns and canyons in the area. We found some trails to explore, some tourist spots to explore. And we love doing that stuff. We love just getting outdoors and experiencing nature and getting dirty, like boys like to do. In fact, we went dirt biking for an entire day on a motocross track. It was really just an amazing moment where we're all getting dirty and sweaty and having to figure out how to, wash off and, get clean, make dinner, do all those things. But one of the tourist spots we found sparked that passion for the cosmos once again at the John Glenn Observatory in Logan, Ohio. But some of the best parts were also relaxing in our cabin and telling stories and just enjoying this zero light pollution. It's just amazing under the stars. We knew that we still had a plan. We still had a job to do. We wanted to go experience the eclipse. Once we got our fill of outdoor adventure, we wanted to pack up and drive back to the path of totality, in Indiana or near home. But we weren't really sure what the traffic would be like or where exactly we were going to go.
Hey, welcome back. Your time is 9:41. With the eclipse just a few hours away now, most of us have already planned where we're going to be experiencing this incredible event from. But have you thought about how you're getting home and how long it could possibly take you?
So the news reports were definitely giving me anxiety. And, what added to it was we had no cell service in the area. So we had literally had to be scouting locations on the road on the way there. And so, because I'm driving, my oldest son, Jet, he was the one that was playing location scout on the way there. Thankfully, we found a great spot on the map. We found this beautiful lake up north between Muncie and Indianapolis to set up for this perfect landscape shot of the eclipse. To our surprise, the traffic really wasn't bad at all. And we were able to, streamline our route straight there. We were there several hours early. Now, it looked like there was going to be people there, but we saw a spot on the map that was just on the north side of the lake. And, it looked like it wasn't very accessible because there were some woods in the way. And so we figured, if no one's up there, it would be completely secluded for us and we wouldn't have to worry about anyone, getting in the way of the shots or messing with our gear. We drug all of the camera gear, through the woods and to set up on top of this hill where the lake was. As we were setting up, we were approached by 2 police officers and they politely told us that we're on private property and that we would have to set up somewhere else and that I needed permission to be where we were. This was a surprise because we were targeting public areas like state and national parks, and this lake specifically was a part of a local nature reserve which should have been safe to film. Having gone around the lake and realized that there really wasn't a place that we could move to, I asked them, who owns the property, and if I called and got permission, would it be acceptable? And they said, yeah, that's fine as long as you can get a hold of them. So the police said that the water company owned the land that we were on, and so I found their number and I got a hold of someone.
Yep. So you were saying that it shouldn't be a problem for us to be up here?
Yeah, it shouldn't be as long as it's okay with the property owners. We don't own the Creek Reservoir. We just provide the water service here.
Okay.
This didn't make sense. So were we actually on private property, or was this area still part of the nature reserve? I decided to take the chance and stay where we were. Assuming that we were in the clear, we kept setting up to try and get this shot of the eclipse that was going to one-up what we were able to achieve in 2017. We had everything set up, all the settings were perfectly dialed in. We were like 5 or 10 minutes away from first contact, which if you don't know is the first stage where the eclipse actually starts. We thought we were golden. All of this work challenging ourselves to create an adventure, but suddenly we were faced with an unintended obstacle down to the last possible minute. Now this time we were approached by 2 entirely different police officers, and they were not as polite as the first guys. They told us that we were on private property and that we needed to vacate the premises immediately. I pleaded my case and I told them I called the water company for permission and recorded the phone call if they wanted to hear it. And before I could finish, one of the officers says the water company doesn't own this and that it's owned by Army Engineering. And at that point, there was nothing I could do. Part of me just wanted to give up. There was no way we had time to break everything down, load it back into the car, find a new location, and set up again in 5 or 10 minutes. For a moment, this whole trip was beginning to feel like a wasted opportunity. I was letting my frustrations get to me. And then suddenly I had a revelation. I was caring way too much about this perfect shot and was really missing out on the whole reason we were doing this. And I looked at my boys and I smiled, and instead of breaking all my cameras down, I just said, let's see what we can do. So I just picked up all the tripods with the camera rigs attached. I hauled them down through the woods and across the highway where we knew that we would be legally allowed to set up again. Sure, it wasn't this beautiful landscape shot that I'd planned for, but the experience was just as magical, if not more, than the first time that we had seen the eclipse. It's funny sometimes. When I first enlisted my family to chase this monstrous shadow, I wanted to celebrate them because I wasn't celebrating them enough. But even when we make a new life with 7 more years of memories and time together, it's still never enough. It's moments like this that make you humbled to have the life you've been given, even if it isn't what you thought it would be. Sharing that rare experience with my sons is more priceless than any epic photo that I could ever take. In 2017, it was really a pivotal moment for us as a family because it was the moment that I stopped letting life happen to me, being a passenger, and started to take control to be a driver of where I wanted our family to go. I guess the lesson I learned from all this is to be prepared, but also to adjust your preparation while being present in the moment. And you know, when it comes to family, when it comes to people you really care about, me, I always have a camera. Sometimes that can kind of take away from the relationships around you. And so, yeah, I think it's good to get footage of stuff. Of course, I want to get photos and video of everything that my family does, but not at the cost of experiencing it with them. And you know, even though I wanted this amazing, epic landscape shot of the eclipse, you know, I had to adjust to the circumstances and still capture something, right? When we got back, I was too tired to even really look at the footage the first night. And yes, you know, I was very disappointed that those officers made us move. But over the next couple days, I was taking a look at it and just seeing what we were able to capture. The last clip, when I went to review the footage, my jaw was on the floor when I saw this. I've decided to make these available for free download. If you want to make a print of your own, just go to tactic.digital/eclipse to get your copy. And you'll be entered into a random drawing where we're going to select 2 people for frame prints shipped to your door for free. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Keep doing hard things, never give up.